And I thought, well, we did it then. Them lunatics led, we survived that, so I'll be all right.
Welcome to 10-Minute Travels. With me, as always, is Shane Patrick.
With me, as always, is Phil Freeman. Today, we're chatting with Simon Siggs, motorcycle rider, angel investor, hat wearer, and food truck entrepreneur.
Let's get right to it, shall we?
Best way to do it, just go.
I think so. I agree. You've got you haven't got time to worry. And I'm a firm believer in every, new experiences. It saves you getting bored, and something like that. It was just magic. It was waking up every day somewhere new. It's magic. So yeah, just went straight down. I remember there was another guy, Pete, who lives in Colorado. He was going to join me to Panama. So that sorted out my route, which was great. I didn't just blast down through the coast. I didn't just go all the way coast. I thought this would be interesting. Go inland Canada and go drop down north of Colorado and go straight down. So sorry, I can't remember any of the names of the places. I can picture them in my mind.
That's all right. And then how did you make the Darien Gap?
I'd like to say that I pulled my bike through there with a piece of string and a box of matches, but I didn't. And no, I'd heard about this place in the north of Panama. These couple of Germans that own this place in the jungle by the sea up there. They've got a B&B and they can fix you up a boat. So went and saw them, and they were great. They was mad as bats, they were, and they'd been out there for ages. And they got an Italian dude that they knew that turns up now and again, Leonardo. And they let me, and I'd met an Israeli dude that was doing it then as well, Omar. And we both put our bikes on Leonardo's boat, and he took us over to Cartagena, through the San Blas Islands, and then jumped off of that and went down then from there, yeah.
Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Chile.
Bolivia.
Oh,
No,
a little bit.
Lake Titicaca, down to Peru. It was great seeing all those places that I'd seen with you a few years before. It was, yes, even stayed in the same rooms and stuff. It was great. And that gave me confidence as well because of what we'd done. Following you boys around it, I believe anything's possible, so that inspired me to go. And I thought, well, we did it then. Them lunatics led, we survived that, so I'll be all right. And it gave me that mentality, Phil, as well, you lot, because if there was a gap in the road, you'll go, let's go and ride up that. Where if it had been me, I wouldn't have done it. But after riding with you boys, I'd do it. I did it. It was great. And that just made it brilliant. So, yeah, turned Lake Titicaca, then went south Bolivia, Uyuni, the salt flats.
Uyuni, yeah.
Uyuni, yeah. And I met a couple of Germans then. She'd been living in Argentina. They thought she was a witch. No one had talked to her in her village. She was living in the desert up in northern Argentina. I can't remember her name now. So I followed them. I don't know. If I hadn't met them, I'd still be riding around there now. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a compass. I didn't have anything. So I just followed them, and they were great.
No GPS?
No one did then. No one. I don't even know if anyone. Yeah, we had. Yeah. No, I didn't have a GPS. I didn't even think about that. Didn't have a phone. Not saying, oh, look at me, I did it without that. There was nothing else. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't deliberately choose that. And I enjoy reading maps and figuring it out and highlighting the map. I love doing that. I've still got the maps. I love them. If I had enough room on the wall, I'd put them in frames. I love them. So, yeah, that was amazing. Then down into northern Argentina, Panama. I remember these coloured mountains. And then I had to go and visit families along the way of people that families that have had children with Fragile X. And so I had to go over to Buenos Aires and then down the east coast of Argentina, met them. They were lovely. They set up radio interviews and everything, fed me. Brilliant. Argentina was super interesting for me being British because they hate us. They want us all to die. And so I had to say, because luckily I had Alaska plates on the bike. I'll never forget one village. Pulled in there. I was riding with a dude that I'd met. He was on this big KTM, Mike, who's still a mate now. And he he broke down in this little town just inside Patagonia somewhere. And these people come over. It was like Reservoir Dogs. It felt like Reservoir Dogs. And they came over and they're inquiring about us. But I said I was English. They got me off the bike. They sat me down. They asked me how old I was. I was terrified. I thought I was going to die because I said I was English. And they questioned me what I thought of Margaret Thatcher, that woman prime minister that started everything. So I don't like her, made that clear. And I was too young to have been in the war. And I remember they made me say Malvinas instead of Falkland Islands. So I said it easily. There was no problem saying that. I didn't care. And they was all right after that, but they humiliated me in the restaurant afterwards. But we ended up having a right old laugh. They were great. Yeah. And so, yeah, down through Patagonia and then Ushuaia. Got to Ushuaia. No, landed on Tierra del Fuego and just cruising, quite proud of myself, smelly, few battle scars. Bike was amazing still. All I did was change. I had no punctures on that whole trip. No punctures. I changed the chain once up with Pete in Colorado, couple of cables, and then it just died. It just died on me. Mike, the guy that I'd met on a big KTM, he just went blasting off. Looked in his mirror. I wasn't there. He came back and the bike was dead. So we managed to. This was 10 miles outside of Ushuaia. So I thought, man, I'm just going to drag it. You've got a bike. We'll get a bit of string from somewhere or a bungee cord. I'll just drag the bastards. It's only 10 miles. It'll take a week, but let's do it. I'm not going to, what am I going to do now? So anyway, he just said, get on it. I'll push you. It's a bit of a hill and keep your revs up. It started and I just had to keep it really high up in the revs and then just zoomed into Ushuaia and stopped at the sign and then just let it die. Yeah. That's mad, wasn't it? 10 miles from the end. That bike was incredible, Phil, honestly, because I remember then hearing that you lot had a bet that I wouldn't make it out of Alaska on number 8. So I was really pleased. I heard about that at the end. That did make me laugh. That was funny.
Not really a realist. I was just, I don't know, sporty.
No, it was great. That was great. Brilliant bike. And I gave it away. I really regret that. I was done then. I gave it to Mike, who shipped it back. I thought, I can't get out of Argentina with this bike. I've got no money left. I'm not going to get it fixed. You can have it. But I regret that. A couple of weeks at home, I thought, what have I done? But he gave it or sold it to someone that he knows, that knows your mate Lee or something. Everyone knows each other in a roundabout way. And he managed to get the reg plate back. So I've got that. I've still got the reg plate, which I'm over the moon about. Yeah.
How much total time did it take? The minute from
7 months.
How many?
7 months.
Oh,
Yeah, bang on 7 months. Yeah. So I think that wasn't long enough. If I was to do that again, I'd take a year minimum because there's so many places I want to stay. I want to stay with you lot for the summer. I'd love to stay up there for a few months and then, I don't know, God, I remember Colombia thinking I'd get through there quick because I was shitting myself. But as it turned out, there was nothing to fear and it was marvellous and everyone was wonderful. I remember staying there for 5 weeks because I loved it. I'd like to stay there for longer. I don't know if it's all changed now because it was ages ago. But yeah, I'd take a year or longer to do that. Yeah. I think in Ecuador, the speedo broke. So I didn't know how many miles I'd done after that, but I kind of roughly worked it out. I had it down for 22,000, but I don't think it was. I think I was exaggerating in. I don't know how many miles. I mean, as the crow flies or down the Pan American Highway, it's only about 12,000, isn't it?
yeah, as the crow flies, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So I told everyone 22,000, but I might be wrong. Who cares?
What have you done?
7 months. Ask them when they say how far, say 7 months.
Yeah, yeah. No, good
They'll
point.
fill in a bigger blank than 22,000, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, sort of forgotten about it all now. It's ages ago, but yeah, always, now and again it comes in my mind, or a photo will come up, and it just feels like someone else. But yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, It was so good. The people didn't have any trouble with army, police. Well, a little bit of a scuffle in Costa Rica with the police because I got a little bit lippy with them because they were annoying me about a passport that I wasn't carrying. But that was it. The Mexican soldiers, I remember, would have a laugh with me. You know, everyone was wonderful. It was so good. I hope it's all still like that down there now. Yeah, yeah, that was it.
What would you have done different?
I'll take a bag that was waterproof. I'll take uh, two bags that are waterproof, probably. Um, better gloves, better crash helmet. Um, oh, good question. Take longer. That's the big one. I'll take longer and more credit cards
That work.
that work. And yeah, no, save for longer. Be a bit more less scared in North America of the bears, the dinosaurs in Alaska. I'd camp more because I'm telling you, it sounded like dinosaurs out there to me. So yeah, I'd be a bit braver in the camping, which would save a hell of a lot of money up there. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. I just let it unroll again, let it happen. Yeah, yeah, magic.
That was Simon Siggs, motorcycle rider, angel investor, hat wearer, food truck entrepreneur. If you want to learn more about Simon or anything else that 10 Minute Travels does, please check out 10minutetravels.com.
We want to remind you that your sense of humor matches your sense of adventure. And please like, subscribe, and share this podcast on all the platforms.